welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? Last time we talked about the price of stamps and Christmas letters, and I thought I'd share something with you that will be in the Christmas letter because it's just too damn funny. So, my oldest son found this super glue that's just cheap as all hell, but really works. I mean, but it's super glue. It will glue you, in anything dang near. So he's been using it to fix his cowboy boots and stuff like that. So my youngest son, God, he's hard on boots. But my youngest son, you know how they start splitting the sole from the boot part. Anyway, he decided he was going to borrow my son's super glue, and he was going to fix his boots himself. It worked. He fixed his boots. He also super glued his boot to the linoleum. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. Yeah, and then proceeded to, rip his boot off the linoleum and leave a little hole. So then him and my husband used the super glue to fix the linoleum. So I have to find out. It's just literally some cheap super glue at Walmart. It comes in like a 3-pack. So you know how before, if you got glue on the tip or something, it would, glue shut, and you'd have like 3/4 of a bottle of super glue, and you couldn't use it because it was super glued shut. Well, this one comes in, I think, 3 or 4 little tubes, so that if you happen to super glue one of them shut, you don't have to worry because you still have a couple extra. Yeah. Got no words. What do you say to that? Oh, but anyway, today we are actually doing a soap that I purchased. I specifically purchased this fragrance oil for my youngest son because he's in love with butterscotch everything. Butterscotch pudding, butterscotch candies, butterscotch it is. And so I decided, what the heck? Let's give it a try. So it's one of the Christmas soaps. We are going 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. Let's go check out soap butterscotch. Okay, and to the soap. I love butterscotch too. So this is just the stuff in here. I don't even know what I have in here besides kale and clay. I think it's just my kale, and I was trying to get mixing, but as you can see, I'm adding the lye water really slow because this is my master batch number 10 that has extra stearic added. Nice hard bar. That's what we're going for. Butterscotch. Another thing you need to know about this recipe is that every butterscotch fragrance oil I looked at discolors to high heaven. The vanillin content is, I saw one that was 8%, and I'm like, holy, I don't even think the Root Beer soap is 8%. I'd have to look again, but this one was still plenty high. So I knew it was going to discolor, okay? So I know that. The other thing was, I wanted to see if I could play with the colors a little bit because, just a solid bar like the Root Beer, there's no transition. There's no, nothing in that bar, right? It's just solid. And sometimes when you add different things, different colors, like we have seen in the past, sometimes they do come through. But I didn't know just because, we're going with this. So this butterscotch is actually butterscotch brulee from Aztec Candle Company, and that is so just 1 ounce. So if you could add more, I think I could have added more if I would have had more, but I like to do the 1 ounce. That is my 5%. If it's the 5% usage in the soap. So there you go. Sometimes if it's not, like if it's 4%, then I just add a little more. I make a little more soap batter so I can, use the full amount. But that's a whole nother topic, is fragrance oils and their usage rates. which have changed drastically. So keep looking at them just because of those codes that changed. Has it been a year? I'm not sure. I just know that it's funny when you see a soap or a fragrance oil that you can use at 10% in lotion but 2% in soap. And you just want to be like, why? The soap is not a leave-on product. The lotion is a leave-on product, and that has a higher usage rate. I don't understand it at all. So anyway, trying to achieve some sort of color out of this, I mixed Love of Sunshine from Nurture's Homemade and Sunset Orange from Brambleberry together. And also the melt and pour at the end, that is the colors I used, okay? 2 parts yellow, 1 part orange. And that is what is in that bowl. In this bowl, I have a beautiful bronze color from Brambleberry. And then, of course, we're going to have just a little bit of titanium dioxide. So I wasn't even playing heavy on the titanium dioxide because I was like, well, just see what happens, right? I was going for textured look, like the ghost swirl look, because I'm really I was hoping for some pull through on color, but I'm not going to ruin the ending. You'll have to wait and see, or just fast forward this, you know. Everybody does it. I know they do. But so I got a beautiful orange and a beautiful bronze color, you know, for future reference, you know, down the road. And I split the white. So I am doing the double bowl swirl. Still don't have a better name for that thing, do I? Nope, it's the bowl swirl times 2. So the bronze goes heavily into the one, and I did reserve some. I'm not sure why, but I did. And then, well, for the top, but I wasn't really happy with the top, but we'll talk about that later. And then heavily poured in doses of the orange, because actually, you know, divided by 2, it's probably half and half. So it's half white, half of the orange mixture. It's half white, half the bronze mixture. So it's a very equal ratio of color in each bowl. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes I confuse myself. Yeah. It's like word problems. There was a one on Facebook, and it says, if Kim has 3 pennies and Brooke has 8 pennies, how many more pennies does Susan have? And the student put, who's Susan? Yeah, we were talking about math this weekend at my mom's, because my uncle was a math teacher, and we were talking about word problems, and I'm like, I can't do a word problem unless I take all the information and put it in picture form. Like, literally. Some people can look at it and just answer it. I have to have it in some sort of picture form, like write out all the details, you know. But, so basically, yeah, a drop swirl. That's what it's called. It's called a double bowl swirl, drop swirl. Because that's what we're doing. I'm not doing, you know, you could go side to side with this. Have I gone side to side with this? I can't remember. I don't think so. I think I always do the drop swirl. But going side to side, like to do like a wood mold would be a wood texture, you know, design would be kind of cool. I might have to try that. I might have to make a note of that. Because if I don't make a note of it, you know, I will forget. But I do like drop swirls. I think they're so pretty. I think it you know, all soap is pretty, isn't it? Most soap is pretty. Okay, some soap is ugly. My orange creamsicle, I don't know if I ever showed you that one. That was heavily brown. But it throws people off at the vendor shows because they're looking at this going, orange creamsicle, because that's what it's labeled. And then it's brown. And then they smell it and they're like, ooh, you know, it smells good. It's one of those things where, you know, you're holding an apple, but does it smell like an apple? I don't know. But anyway, so for my top, you're going to recognize this when it cures is that this whole blob of bronze, it probably should have been maybe mixed in a little better, but you're going to recognize that at the end. So remember to watch for it. And then I just poured the beautiful butterscotch color down the top. Doesn't that look yummy? Like it literally looks almost like butterscotch. Almost like butterscotch, like a hard candy butterscotch. I thought I did good on coloring anyway. And so, like I said, for this design, I like, what else? Come on. You could have done something else. But I am putting embeds on top of this. So I'm using my homemade melt and pour soap that I blended with Love of Sunshine, 2 parts Love of Sunshine and 1 part Sunset Orange from Brambleberry, and poured it into a column mold, and I came up with these. Now, if those don't look like butterscotch candies, we have a problem. I could have smoothed the edges. I didn't. They're just cut straight. I mean, yeah, there's things I could have done, but the soap wasn't set up enough to hold it. So we had to wait 5-10 minutes and then put them on. See, basically, what I did is I moved that yellowish orange color when I flipped the sides. I just basically encased the bronze color in the middle. And you're going to see that. So it makes the soap, it makes it a little funny. But yeah, so these cute little butterscotch candies go on top. This soap does smell heavenly. I will tell you that now. I'm surprised my son hasn't asked for one. I did tell him, I showed him. He thought they were cute and adorable. Amazingly, right? But yeah, that's what they look like before they're all cured. Oh, wait. No, before we cut them. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? I thought it was very, very pretty. To start, I mean, we have to wait for the cure, but very pretty colors, because what is nice is even if the soap does discolor, when you first take it out in the mold and you look at it, you can use those color schemes on a soap that doesn't discolor if you really like them. I really like these. They're really pretty. And they do remind me of, like, candy for some reason. Probably because of the candy on top. Oh, it's a thing. But look at, they are it was very soft to cut. That's what threw me. So it could have been the fragrance oil. But they were super soft for a stearic bar. It's not all stearic. It's just extra stearic, to bring up the palmitic and the stearic to a higher ratio. That's the only reason I do it. Yeah, see, they were really soft because they were like all over the place. And in my cutter, I had to clean my cutter. But okay, they look cute. The swirls are cute, but do you see the brown on top? It almost looks like a shadow on some of them, doesn't it? Like, how you do the water picture and they always make you do the moon in the water. So you have a moon up above and a moon in the water, Not that extreme here, but you can see that little circle under there. It looks so funny. Memo to self. Watch how you do those things. Yeah, watch your tops. I always probably reserve a little too much extra for the top because my top isn't that big, But here are the soaps after they are just cut. And here they are once they are cured. Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? Absolutely crazy. And fragrance notes? Butterscotch. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.